shock, the enemy is losing everything. Ukraine is counterattacking. Russia pays for every step. Sumy region is under the control of the armed forces of Ukraine. Dobropillia, a complete failure for the enemy. And Iskander has been destroyed. The drone bomber Vampir is a nightmare for the occupiers. Russia's daily losses. Why are prisoners grateful to the armed forces of Ukraine? This is exclusive. I'll tell you all the details in a moment. Greetings. This is Ukraine. Today with you, Sumy and the latest events. Ukrainian forces are advancing. In the north of Sumy region, the armed forces of Ukraine recaptured the village of Bezsalivka and strengthened their positions in the Lyman direction. Russia is still trying to storm near Kostiantynivka, but their gains remain only tactical. The Institute for the Study of War has shown new dynamics on the Frontline map. And while Ukrainian troops are advancing in the Sumy region, in Donetsk, the enemy is once again suffering a crushing defeat. The attempt to advance near Dobropillia ended in failure for the Russians, and dozens of occupiers ended up in Ukrainian captivity. The video shows a group of Russian prisoners of war who were captured in the area of responsibility of the 1st Corps of the National Guard of Ukraine, Azov.
We, servicemen of the Russian Federation Army, express our gratitude to the Ukrainian servicemen for preserving our lives and for their treatment in accordance with the conditions of the Geneva Convention.
And while some occupiers are taken prisoner, the rest continue to pay for their attempts to advance. Another 1,000 down. In just the past day, Ukrainian defenders have eliminated 950 Russian occupiers and over 300 pieces of equipment. The Russian army pays an ever higher price for its invasion every day. The losses of Russian troops are not limited to just the front line. According to the resistance movement, even before reaching the Pokrovsk direction, occupiers are dying due to violations of safety rules and other non-combat circumstances. The number of such incidents is increasing, and among the dead are Marines and paratroopers from various brigades. Ukrainian agents are already operating within their ranks to disrupt the offensive.
It is you, the most well-trained, who will be the first to be sent into the assault. You understand that most of you will not return. Ahead of you is a fortified and highly motivated Ukrainian army. Moreover, agents are already operating within your ranks as well. There are more of them than you think. And they have specific tasks that will mature during the offensive.
While the enemy suffers non-combat losses, Ukrainian forces continue to demonstrate high-level skill on the front line. The work of our soldiers is truly precise. A mobile group shot down a Russian cruise missile with a manpads. The Ministry of Defense released a video of this impressive success. Let's take a look. The armed forces of Ukraine are demonstrating pinpoint accuracy on the front line. And cutting-edge technologies are making the war even more effective. One of the tools is the Vampir drone bomber, which can drop 4 powerful munitions at once. And it helps the front with critically important logistics. Thanks to such drones and experienced crews who are able to spot the enemy even under special camouflage, Ukrainian defenders are destroying the occupiers and moving towards victory. More details in the video.
These are the results of recent frontline sorties by this very vampire. Right now, the men are recovering between missions, combining rest with training to stay in shape. Dennis, the operator of the bomber drone, recalls that when he first saw this UAV at the training ground, he was thrilled. He tested all its capabilities right away in practice. At the front, the Vampire carries out a variety of combat missions, such as remotely mining Russian positions and destroying enemy equipment. The main advantage of the Vampire, according to the soldiers, is its ability to deliver supplies to troops in places where vehicles simply cannot reach. In a single flight, the drone can deliver a day's supply of food and water for 5 Ukrainian defenders.
They wait, some even muster up the courage. They come out to meet us, and if possible, we can see them through the night camera. And that's a plus for us. We can see exactly where to drop the supplies, so they can definitely find them.
But for the occupiers, the sound of the approaching Vampire drone is terrifying. They even have their own name for this type of bomber, Baba Yaga.
They usually just say, that's it. Baba Yaga has flown in on us. We don't know if we'll survive. If anything, this is our last communication. This is what we've managed to intercept.
In combat operations, Vampire crews most often strike pre-identified targets, which are located by the crews of night drone scouts. They constantly monitor the line of contact and the surrounding area. Oleksiy says that working at night is much more difficult, but also more interesting.
You will gain more experience and your eyesight will significantly improve. You will remember more of the vivid scenes you see. In any situation, you can tell whether it's a person, an animal, or equipment. It's 100% absolutely and completely clear, without any doubt whatsoever.
One of the most difficult targets to spot like this is Russian infantry. Oleksiy has had cases when doubt made him direct the drone back to a spot that had already been checked and conduct reconnaissance again. And he really did find the object. Moreover, lately, the Russians have been using special thermal camouflage more and more often.
They wear cloaks that are very difficult to see, especially at night, making them almost invisible. So it's difficult. We recognize that there are nuances indeed. You can see that it's real. The signature is underneath them and it's moving. In
their work, the guys say they like it. Dennis, even before serving in the Ukrainian military, learned how to operate a drone.
I understood that the more knowledge and expertise you acquire, the more truly useful you will be, and the more you can effectively help others.
With their skills, experienced soldiers are always ready to share with newcomers. For those who want to join the defense forces, whether as a pilot or as part of a drone crew, all of this is to destroy the occupiers and liberate Ukrainian land from the invaders. From Donetsk region, Ruslan Smeshchuk, Vadim Raun, and Oleg Kukarsky. Details from Inter-TV channel Marathon, Irina Konovin.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine today. Join us now.
While our heroes are tearing the enemy apart at the front, the state is strengthening its defense capabilities and resilience. The cabinet has allowed companies that produce drones, military or special equipment, as well as ammunition to reserve their employees so that critically important specialists can remain at work even in frontline regions.
Enterprises, institutions, and organizations that fulfill government contracts for the production of unmanned systems, weapons, military and special equipment, ammunition, their components, and other defense-related goods ordered by the State Special Communications Administration or other state customers in the defense sector.
Unbreakable. While the state is strengthening its defense capabilities and ensuring critically important specialists, the enemy continues to seek a breakthrough at the front. Just in the past day, Ukraine's defense forces repelled more than 50 attacks in the Pokrovsk direction, while in the Dobropillia area, the enemy is pulling in reserves. Experienced Marines are preparing for an offensive. More details about the situation at the front lines are in the video.
Enemy UAV pilots are a top priority target on all sections of the front as drones make logistics almost impossible. On the Vovchansk direction, another crew of Russian drone operators was destroyed thanks to the artillery reconnaissance battery of the ARS 57th Motorized Infantry Brigade. On the Kupiansk sector, the equipment of the occupying army became a good target for the pilots of the Iron Brigade. At the same time, enemy manpower was also neutralized. A ground robotic complex saved the life of a soldier from the 77th Airmobile Brigade. A pickup truck carrying paratroopers came under attack from enemy FPV drones. One of the soldiers was seriously wounded. A robot was quickly sent to him, which also delivered supplies. The soldier was delivered to the medics in time. The 3rd Assault Brigade precisely targeted the enemy with FPV drones. They took down an antenna, located and destroyed mortars, and burned an enemy warehouse with supplies. At the same time, they eliminated infantry hiding in shelters and a house. Round-the-clock attacks in the Lyman direction do not subside. Russian assault groups continue their efforts. There are constant attempts to find weak spots in the defense of the 66th Mechanized Brigade named after Prince Sviatoslav the Brave. Most of them are eliminated on the approaches to our positions. The enemy releases so-called waiters onto the roads, drones lying in wait for their prey. But all they got was instant destruction from the soldiers of the 60th Mechanized Brigade. The pilots of Signum once again sent their birds out for a night hunt, hitting an armored vehicle, a van, and a crossover. On another occasion, they set fire to a newly built shelter along with the occupiers inside. In an artillery duel with the 45th Separate Artillery Brigade, only fragments and ashes remained of 4 howitzers. Accurate strikes were made possible thanks to the watchful eyes of comrades from neighboring brigades. Meanwhile, the Black Forest Artillery Reconnaissance was adjusting fire on the enemy's Buk air defense system. This system is designed to shoot down aircraft and costs about $25 million. And it cannot be restored. The 24th King Danilo Brigade is holding the defense at the Chasiv stronghold. They offer only one prospect for the Muscovites: death. The video shows the results of the defenders' combat work. The heavy bomber drones of the Rubich Brigade operate non-stop. There is no place where the enemy can hide from these carbon fiber helpers. Recently, the National Guard cleared a village in the Dobropillia direction. The Phoenix border guards destroyed a Russian Uragan in the Pokrovsk sector and also blew up a tank, an APC, and a vehicle carrying infantry. Under the sights of the Mykolaiv Marines, sentinels are artillery, vehicles, ground robotic systems, shelters, and the enemy personnel. The enemy has adapted and now infiltrates one by one under the cover of night, wrapped in black bags. The devastating response from the National Guard's Black Sky Battalion. The Iron Falcons of the 1967th Mechanized eliminated enemy personnel near Pedubne and Olhivska. Interceptor drones operated by pilots of the 35th Marine Brigade destroy enemy reconnaissance and strike UAVs every day. Zala, Skat, Orlan, and Lancet. In the Novopavlivka direction, the Russians attacked 26 times in one day. The fighters of the 46th Airmobile Brigade make the enemy pay with losses for every step on our land. They blew up vehicles, motor equipment, camouflaged drones, and enemy personnel. They don't let the enemy gain a foothold there. I believe in our fighters. Tetiana Litvin, Interpodrobnosti, Marathon Didini Novini.
How do you assess the resilience and endurance of Ukrainian defenders on the front line? Share your thoughts in the comments. Give this video a like and stay tuned for the main news with us. We'll see more in the next segment.